Welcome back, gang. So I think we just found Raju's body. We liberated the prison. Let's get moving. We need to carry forward. Kamea, I'm so sorry. I know how much Mastiff meant to you. He was a friend and mentor to us both. It was more than that. The old man was like a second father to me, and my uncle condemned him to waste away on this rock. To die, wretched and broken, in agony. Yeah. 3 options. Hero's story shouldn't end like this. Nobody's should. I knew Sir Raju longer than either of you. I'll avenge him, I promise you that. But your cousin did this. Lady Victoria. She told him she'd make him suffer. I'm going with that one. There's no coming back from what I've witnessed here today. The scale of the Directorate's cruelty is unimaginable. What they've done here is monstrous. It's inhumane. Our intel was wrong, Alexander. The icebox isn't a prison. It's a meat grinder. Gosh, my own family is behind this. And what's left of mine has chosen to look the other way. It isn't an easy thing to wrap your head around. But try to remain focused. We've just liberated the Directorate's hostages. With a single blow, you've shattered your uncle's hold on the founding houses. The prisoners you've set free are already calling you the Sword of Restoration. We need to spread this message all the way to Coromir, to galvanize your supporters and weaken Espinosa's popularity there. Galvanize your supporters. I like the sound of that. It won't be an easy process. For the last 3 years, those who love House Arano have been keeping their heads down. We won't break them of that overnight. In truth, an appreciable percentage of Coromir's population supports Director Espinosa. In centralizing power, he improved the quality of life in the throne world considerably, and people will forgive a great deal for security and comfort. Yeah, that's too true. With our victory on Weldry, we've all seen what happened to those who would not be bought or indoctrinated, those who refused to kneel before a tyrant. We know what became of the people who were made to disappear, and soon enough the entire Reach will know it too. The momentum is on our side, Command. We need to take advantage of it. But with enough time for me to heal up, please? You're right, this isn't the time for hand-wringling. Alexander, you didn't see what I saw out there. On the other end of the battlefield, the work crews all hunched and broken. The graveyards, great fields of unmarked burial plots that stretched as far as I could see. Every time I blink, I see it. Misery that was allowed to fester here. If I hadn't left the ability to join Raju, I'd have wound up in the Directorate Army. I'd be complicit in this. I suppose there's a monster, this confirms it. Or we've set the people here free. In the end, that's what matters. There we go. I'm not certain that the people here will ever truly be free. Take a good, long look into the eyes of any of these prisoners. Do you know what you'll see? My uncle's legacy. A wound that'll never heal. I'd do anything to spare these poor souls the hurt that he's caused, but I can't. Word of advice for an old vet, Lady Argo? Focus on something you can do. Give us an order. Tell us to blow something up. Shit. Here's your imagination. The key is, you do something. You move on. Thank you, Chief. You have a good crew, Grunt. I have a new assignment for you, and reward for your service. Ooh. Argo appears on your view screen. She's in rough shape, but she appears to be spaceworthy. For decades, the wreck site of the Argo was one of my family's most closely held secrets. When I sent you to retrieve her, I meant for her to serve a symbolic purpose, a sign of rebirth and renewal, emblazoned with the Arano cormorant for all to see. I was naive. This is time for action, not symbols. And so, Grunt, I have decided that she'll be yours to command. I'm going broke. The Argo will serve as your new home. She will fly your mercenary banner. Lord Madeira will join you to act as my liaison. In return, you will grow stronger, sharper, more flexible. You will hone your company to a razor's edge, one that I will hold to the Directorate's throat. In that case, congratulations. You've got yourself a navy. Sounds good to me, later on. We'll transition to the Argo directly. I guess I've got a new ship. Here's hoping she doesn't fall apart on me. I won't go with Navy. Sounds good to me, Lady Arano. We'll transition to the Argo directly. And I will join you directly. Now please, come here. Go back to the triage tent and get those wounds looked at. The conditions here are beyond unsanitary, and you'll be of no use to anyone if you're dying of tinnitus. Excuse me? Are you calling that leopard a rust bucket? Oh. Our soldiers can tend to the wounded. We need you strong for the fight ahead. I will, Alexander. But not just yet. Assemble our people in the courtyard. There's something I need to say. Cutscene? Cutscene.
People of the Aurigan Reach, I am Kamea Arano, and I have failed you. For 3 long years, Director Espinosa has imprisoned and starved and murdered our people. And where was I? Hiding in a palace, light years away, building support, planning. While the Directorate's secret police turned neighbor against neighbor, made your loved ones disappear, conscripted your children. I wasn't here. I didn't know. The crimes that I have witnessed here today are unforgivable. No doubt, Director Espinosa believes that the ends justify the means, that the Aurigan Reach has been made strong. Well, I say that strength built on fear is brittle. The Directorate is a paper tiger, and I declare this restoration today to rally the true strength of our people, our resilience, and our freedom. Let Weldry be a call to arms. Join us, and together we will liberate the founding houses and retake Cormadir. Not because it is my birthright, but because the Directorate's crimes against you, the Aurigan people, will no longer be tolerated. That is what I fight for, and I vow to fight for your freedoms to my dying breath.
You know not why we fight. Our ship will travel. Dr. Murad. Hello again, my mercenary friends. Before we officially take possession of the Argo, I wanted to introduce myself in person. We never really got a chance to meet properly on Exilius. So, hi, I'm Dr. Farah Murad, or just Farah, if you prefer. It's nice to meet you all face to face. Yeah, Doc, you too. I'm gonna call you Doc, by the way. You should probably go ahead and get used to it. Yang. It was impressive work you did. Getting the Argo flying. Between you and me, I had my doubts. Honestly, I did too. If she had seen what the Argo's interior looked like before, after a couple 100 years of pirate occupation. Actually, I take that back. If you'd seen what I saw You have never wanted to set foot inside. Take it from me. The ship has been deloused from bow to stern, and every meter of her has been hosed down with industrial-grade disinfectant. The ship is clean enough to eat off of. I swear it. Especially Dr. Rod. I could care less how clean the ship is. I lost a friend today. Or, thanks, Farah. I'm sure that we all appreciate it. Clean is good. Spaceworthy is better. Sure the Argo is ready for action? That's fine. Oh, absolutely. I mean, she's here, isn't she? All the way from Lyraton with an area decompression event in sight. Don't worry, Commander. I wouldn't endanger my crewmates by putting them on an unsafe ship. I've got professional standards to maintain. My new crewmates? What? New crewmates? Do you know something we don't? Hey, I was like, Doc, this is my company. I decide who is or isn't on my crew. Hear that, Yang? We're finally getting a shipboard engineer. I like that one. I'll take all the help I can get. That's good, because I don't have a clue how anything on this boat works. Frankly, I'm amazed Doc Rod managed to get her flying at all. Honestly, I am too. Only a little, because I'm very good at what I do. But it was kind of touch and go there for a while. Oh, and Darius. I'm sorry about all the shouting back on Exilius. As it turns out, getting shot at by pirates puts me on edge. No hard feelings. Not at all. Keep the beast flying and you can yell at me as much as you want. Hell, I'm used to it. Welcome to the family. You too, Lord Madeira. I never imagined we'd be working together. Well, I'm glad to have the opportunity. As am I, Mr. Oliveira. Over the years of our exile, Lady Arano told me a great deal about you and your company. All of it good. Even before the events of the coup, she knew about Marcus Rodders, your assistants in her father's Valdir campaign did not go unnoticed. It was a good job, Lord Madeira. We did what High Lord Tamati paid us to do. Still, it feels good to be appreciated and to know that someone out there still remembers Commander Markham's name. You'll be a welcome addition to the Argo, Lord Madeira. Or being remembered is the best name merchant I can hope for. Or I can go with Jerk, it looks like. This is very heartwarming. I want to see my new ship. Cough in the middle, a burp in the middle of a cough. There. Welcome addition. Let's make him feel welcome. Thank you, Commander Halfman. Speaking of which, you'll have some time to break your new ship in before Lady Arano is ready to move on Banzir. She needs to consolidate our forces on Weldry and replace our losses with fresh volunteers. You remember her orders. You are to sharpen your company and grow strong. Now that you have a mobile command center worthy of the title, I suggest that you use it. Yeah. I'll get you a fresh batch of contracts to look over, Joshua. The whole Rimworld periphery is ours now. We won't be limited by debts or travel restrictions. Exciting times, I've got to say. Telling me we've been cooped up in one little patch of the frontier for too damn long. We'd better put that freedom to some good use. It won't be long before Lady Arano comes calling. How about it, Yang? You excited? 2. No, it won't. So let's quit talking and go explore our new ship. There's an absolutely enormous mech bay in there, and it's got my name written all over it. Damn right it does, Yang. Y'all heard him. Take your stations, everyone. We're free agents until Lady Arano calls for us. There's money to be made. The Argo is not in good shape, Commander. But with time, money, and some of Chief Battletech's technical resources, we can address most of the major problems. Maybe even make this place nice again. I'll be an engineer if you want to know more. Later on, it says she wanted us to get stronger. These mech facilities, we finally have the resources to do that. Bring me scrapped mechs from missions and shops, and I'll rebuild them into fighting machines. Remember, boss, when it comes to mechs, bigger is usually better. Come on.
That mech you wanted is back online.
The Jaeger Mech S model is highly specialized at long-range autocannon fire. Doesn't have much in the way of protection or close-range weapons, though. So keep it distant and out of harm's way. Ah! Send the Locust to storage. I've got the spider back.
402. Expected approach time 22.
I'm out for 17 days.
That's a choo-choo.
Alright, gang, I'm going to look around, look at things I can do. God, that is gorgeous to see. Oh, the leopard's right on the side. Nice. Oh, there's a dropship that can carry a dropship and hook to a jump ship. Different. Nice. Oh, she is just... I'm going to look everything over, explore, see what I can find. Check the hiring hall and the store, just in case. Get you on a sec. Split second for you. Alright, gang. Back once again. Probably till I change shirts. You do that with this kind of a game, with these kind of things. Now... Nobody interesting in the hiring hall. In the store, though. Where was it? Well, there's a plus flamer. It's plus 5 heat damage. Thinking about buying that, but really... There's a 2+ large laser. Plus 5 damage, plus 1 accuracy. That would be nice. And there was something else. Oh, yeah. A 2+ LRM-20. Plus 25% chance for crit. Plus, is that a... Plus 1 stability damage. Oh. That's 313. That's more than a month's operating expenses. Just for that. I mean, I've got a year's operating expenses, but still, it's like, I'm so early on, and that can make a big difference if I can get it equipped on something. When I can get it equipped on something. So as much as it sucks, and it hurts. Let's pick that up.
New weapon systems available.
Yep. Let's get the large laser. I know there's a +3, 3 pluses available, but...
New weapon systems available.
Those are so rare. If I do a flamer unit at some point, that might be nice to have. It's cheap enough. Shouldn't affect me that badly.
New weapon systems
I've still got 10 months. Alright, excellent. I'm not going to worry about... Like... These? Well, maybe... Ooh. No. It's enough. Let's go get some other stuff. So it's going to have some repairs, some chitty chat, things like that. But I'm aiming at getting to a contract and a fight at the end. So, Alexander's now on the command center as well. Engineering. Let's talk to Farah.
Yeah, boss?
So many options. Not really. Okay. Patching up the Argo must have been an enormous job. How do you do it? Oh, it wasn't just me. I had a team working under me. Over 200 of Leraton's most accomplished engineers, electricians, and shipwrights. Really pretty amazing, I've got to say. Shouting through a megaphone at a team of hundreds, watching them hang on my every word. How much did Lady Arano pay for all that? How'd you manage a team that big before? Had you managed? Sort of sense. How'd she pay for it? I know how, but... What wasn't Lady Arano? Payments came directly from House Centrea. She got a nice tattoo up her right arm. That was a figure of speech. They were indirect payments, of course, routed through countless intermediaries to obscure where the money was coming from. But, yeah, the Centreans paid for it. Now it's mine. Now, as to how much the Centreans paid, I honestly have no idea. I'm sure the figure was astronomical. But still, cheaper than getting dragged into an unwanted war, eh? If this ship turns out to be as important as Lady Arano thinks it will, then it was money well spent. Had you ever managed a team that big before? Anyway, had she ever managed a team that large before? Never in my wildest dreams. Prior to my time at the Laurentide shipyard, my biggest team I'd ever managed was a crew I had on me. On Exilius. And they all got killed. This job went a lot better than that one did, by the way. Only 3 deaths across the entire project. Before you ask, none of them was my fault. There was an accident with one of the industrial cranes, and well, it was horrible. I pray for their souls. Is that allowed? I don't know if you guys can hear the announcements. We're just saying that, unrestored, undeveloped, and repaired sections are off limits to everyone but Dr. Murad's team. If you're not part of the team, you don't belong there. Stay out. That went off the rails in a pretty big way, didn't it? Sorry about that. Guess I'm still a little bit of shock from our time on Exilius. Having a hard time getting what I saw there out of my mind. But that's neither here nor there. We were talking about the ship. Something else you want to know? I'm good on that subject. Questions about the ship. Yes, Commander, of course. Ask whatever you'd like. What can you tell me? Paramount Commander, I've been researching this ship for several months. Boeing Interstellar produced just 2 of these beauties back in 2762. They were intended to follow behind the first wave of exploration missions, supporting multiple survey, terraformer, and colonizer teams on deep survey missions. Although she's far too large to land on a planet, her docking collar system allows for smaller dropships like your Leopard to come along for the ride. The Argo is a mobile space station, in a sense, providing supply and temporary habitation for teams on dangerous missions in unsettled space. Let's see, exploration vessel or no, she sounds ideal for our purposes. I don't see more ships like the Argo out here. Let's talk about something else. I'm thinking we're going to get them all. She is, and with 57,000 tons of cargo space, she has all the room we need for supplies, spare equipment, personnel, you name it. In fact, her hold is so vast, we'll have no trouble storing as many mech chassis and partial mech salvage as you can get your hands on. That tells me right there, because I've seen some chit-chat on forums and things, how can I store so many mechs? Somebody didn't read the stuff. I don't see more ships like her out here. Because they're expensive, hard to build. The Argo is a product of her era. She lacks the armor or maneuverability to function in battle, and she's vastly outclassed in size and firepower by even the smallest warships. She's a peacetime ship meant for peacetime exploration duties, and planned with a focus on long-term orbital deployment. It was her non-combat design that ultimately led to her abandonment. In an earlier era, she might have seen widespread usage. With the fall of the Star League and the near-constant state of war we've endured since then, has rendered the Argo little more than a forgotten experimental footnote in the history of dropship production. Sad, really. In her own way, the Argo represents the back seat that science and exploration have taken in pursuit of military goals. Something else. I don't know if I want to go through the tutorial. I've already taken a look at the stuff. It's pretty simple. But, what the heck? In her current state, absolutely. In the Starleague days, the ship was state-of-the-art. Now, she's a shell of her former glory. With time and seals, though, there are plenty of ways I can upgrade her. It's about increasing efficiency, as your executive officer Darius is so fond of saying. Time is money. Says that a lot, you know. All the different systems. Systems and support upgrades. System and support upgrades are fundamental to returning the Argo to her former glory. They're foundational. I can do some basic upgrades to improve performance in a few areas, but without improvements to systems and support, you're limited to how far you can go with upgrades. Combat and deployment upgrades. Yeah, she doesn't fight. Combat deployment upgrades come in 3 flavors. Those that increase our mech bay capacity, those that improve mech repair and refit speed, and those that intensify mech warrior training. Increasing the mech bay capacity means more mechs ready for immediate deployment. It takes time and sea builds to pull mech chassis out of storage and refit them with weapons and equipment. Yeah, I want that one just so I can have more on hand. More mech bay capacity means less downtime. If your Lance gets banged up on a mission and needs weeks of repair time, you won't be able to take another contract unless you have mechs in reserve. Improving your repair and refit speed gets your mechs out of the mech bay and back on the battlefield, where they can be earning us money. Finally, adding and upgrading of mech warrior training simulators will allow your mech warriors to prove their skills and abilities during the inevitable downtime of interstellar space travel. Now, personnel and medical upgrades. Just like mechs, your mech warriors need to be patched up from time to time. Upgrading the Argo's medical facilities means getting your people back to work quicker. There's a display of our mech bay's efficiency in medical points on your travel display under the finances, crew morale readouts. The higher the medical rating, the faster your warriors will heal. As for the personal improvements, well, I'd imagine they're obvious. Mech warriors need to relax and vent coolant between combat drops. If you don't give them a place to do that, they'll find ways to keep themselves entertained, sometimes to the detriment of the rest of the crew. Upgrading crew conditions on the Argo will have tangible benefits on the battlefield. Make life quieter for us on those long voyages. Yeah, upgrade more than one system at a time. That one's actually important to me. Sorry, Commander, no can do. The rule is one update at a time, and I wrote it for a reason. I'm the only one qualified to oversee this work. If I spread myself too thin, bad things could happen. Extinction level things. Well, for us at least. Thanks. Something else? We're done. Now let's find out about her. Do it with everyone else. Go be part of the crew. I want a better sense of who you are. Tell me about yourself. Well, I'm an actual doctor, but not the medical kind. I hold 2 doctorates. One in physics, the other in mechanical engineering. And now I'm hauling around in a lost tech wonder with a crew of merry pirates seeking my fortune. It's funny the places life takes you. We are not pirates. You go with privateers, but not pirates. Okay, I've got the elevator pitch. Now give me the long version. Yeah, sure, if you like. Let's see, where to begin? Well, I was born in Regulus in the Free Worlds League. My parents were academics. I know, big surprise. Spent most of my early years bouncing back and forth between their suburban apartment and the Ferdowsi, my Baba June's live-in dropship. Okay. Baba June, who was that? My grandfather. He carved out a nice little business for himself, running a taxi service for pilgrims traveling to and from Dar es Salaam. Much as my father frowned on Baba June's old-fashioned lifestyle beliefs, he wasn't blind to how much I loved the old man, and so he occasionally consented to let me board the Ferdowsi and go along for the ride. I always cherish my memories of those voyages, the warmth behind Baba June's smile, the excitement of leaving Regulus behind, chatting with pilgrims and getting lost in the stars, and eating prepackaged Vesagen out of a shiny tin. Those times are all crystal clear in my memory, so they happened yesterday. Oh, I miss that wonderful man. This may be silly coming from a mercenary engineer, but come to think of the life I've chosen as a way of honoring my Baba June. By carving my own path among the stars, I'm doing what I can to keep his memory alive. It sounds trite, I'm sure, but sue me. It's what I've chosen to believe. What about after you left home? Where did you study? I spent a little time in the Land Commonwealth before I pursued my studies. Long story is that, but suffice to say, it was its own kind of learning experience. When I did decide to get a higher education, I wound up back in the Free Worlds League, did my undergraduate studies at the University of Aetherius, then went on to Cyan University in the Capellan Confederation to earn my doctorates. For a top 3 school with a Maskarovka screened admission process, Cyan U was surprisingly open to transfer students. Wow, this is making no sense with the canon. Anyways, I could go on and on for hours about my academic career, and you'd probably smile and nod as I rambled, but come on, I mean, this can't be interesting for you, can it? You're a mercenary. You shop around in a giant robot for a living. The closest I got to adventure back then was my dissertation defense. That's enough family history. Let's go with something else. You always wanted to be a shipboard engineer. No, not always. When I was 15, I wanted to be a statistician. You know, a nice, quiet life, alone in an ivory tower. That was what my personal dropship was going to be called. Running mathematical models and studying survey results. So yeah, you know, every girl's dream. I guess. Did you ever want anything more, I don't know, exciting? Like being a mech warrior? No. As much as I love the idea of stomping around a giant robot, I'm not huge on the whole murdering people with lasers thing. It doesn't really square with my personal beliefs. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to work with mech warriors. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be here. But the actual firing of weapons, no. It isn't for me. Seem pretty enthusiastic about it. Why didn't you follow through? Dropships are spendy. Well, interests change. I mean, I like statistics, but it's really more of a hobby now. Is that weird? People have told me it's weird. I don't know. Plotting graphs and forecasting future events calms me. It's like my own little way of using math to bring order from chaos. Besides, everybody needs a hobby. I know for a fact that Darius crochets. Crochets? He knits? Crochets? Okay. So, what made you want to get into engineering? Uncle Heiner's Experiment World. Live-action STEM edutainment program from the Land Commonwealth. It started airing just before my 19th birthday. You may have seen it. It ran for 3 seasons before it was canceled. The host was a tattooed, chain-smoking nihilist who taught children the magic of chemistry. You know, making thermite with aluminum cans and a belt sander. That kind of thing. Sounds fun. I remember. You liked that guy? That's what got you into science and educational program? Or sounds like a Loran Kids show, alright. You like the guy. I married him. A long story. The important bit is, in the 6 months before the annulment, I learned that I had a real talent with machines. When Heiner blew out a power relay or took a tire iron to the bandsaw, I was the one who would put it back together again. I found a great deal of peace in that. From there, it was just a matter of getting into the right schools and following my bliss. So that's what I did, and well, here I am. Turned out alright for me, all things considered. Let's go something work-related. Anything left, or are we done? We done! Alright, let's move on.
Keep safe, boss.
Alright, I want to start the first ship upgrade while we're here. I've already looked at them. I can do the recreation center. Shared social space outside the barracks. Allows mech warriors to bond as a team. It's going to cost $225,000 and take 10 days. Plus 1 to morale. And that's nice and all. But, let's see.
This is an all-ship announcement. Our last port of call has fallen prey to a mysterious bacterial contagion.
Mech Bay 2 can't do without repaired power conduits.
All hands to the med bay. Precautionary
A lot of these.
No argument.
Repaired power conduits. I need that for plus 2 tech points. In order to get the automation. Repair scaffolding. I can do that one, but it's going to take 20 days at $250,000. Plus 2 tech points. A lot of stuff though needs other things. Structural repair, 15 days, 90,000. Yeah, there's one I'm obviously really looking at. The power system. Repair power conduits. Something several of them need, like the mech bay. So I can have more up and ready. It's going to take 10 days and only cost me 90,000. That's kind of a quick do it first. Shortest time frame I've been able to find. Cheapest. Average cost is about the lowest. So, the Argo's power system is a wreck. Getting a minimal level of power to the ship's systems without constant tripped breakers, brownouts is a minor miracle. Dr. Burrow, I'm terrified of the current state of the power system, Commander. Repairing it should be a top priority. We cannot bring most of the Argo's other systems online until the power is stable. Also, I'd avoid touching exposed deck plating, just in case. So, we're going to get that one moving.
Alright, I'll get the team on it right away.
Work on repaired power conduits upgrade has begun. Good. Alright. With that done, I've still got 10 months operations. I don't feel like talking to Alexander this episode. We'll do that like next time. Let's look at contracts. Alright. Cease and desist is 18 days away. We've got 2 green dot right here on planet, but both are 2.5 stars and 2.5 skulls, and I'm out of commission. Raiding party pays the best. Let's see. You've detected an inbound dropship belonging to a local pirate organization. Our local defense forces in the expected drop area are ill-equipped to handle a lance of mechs. With your aid, we can ensure that the raid does minimal damage. We'd like you to intercept the pirate lance and destroy it. Commander, the pirates wouldn't send a dropship if they didn't mean business. So if we take the job, we should stay alert down there. Battle, polar area. That'll be nice. The other one is dead or alive. Surprise! Sorry, gang. I went and negotiated a merc contract, dropped in, and though the fight went rough but decent, everything added together, I was looking at like a hour 45, hour and 45 minute long video. So I got the contract negotiating portion and the actual fight out. They are going to be next episode. Hope you can forgive me and join me then for the fun of that. So, with that though, leave me your thoughts, comments, observations, suggestions down below. Hit the like or dislike, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell if you haven't hit that already. But more important than anything else, remember, if there is something out there important to you, something that matters to you, whether it's up and out, face-to-face with other people, or from the safety of behind your terminal, get involved, be somebody that matters, be somebody that makes a difference. But take care and stay safe. I am the Articulate Grunt. I'll catch you later, because for now, I'm out from here. Bye.